more news for Tears of the Kingdom has dropped. After receiving the final trailer for the game, we saw a leaked commercial that was posted on Reddit showing us things we haven't seen yet. Nintendo today has posted this commercial on their official YouTube channel, so let's look at it. Before I go into a breakdown of this commercial, I'm actually going to just play the commercial for you guys if you guys haven't seen it already. So I'm just going to play it, and then once the commercial is over, then I'm going to break it down piece by piece.
Whoa.
There. That's where I gotta go.
How do I get over there?
There! The fan! At it! It flies! No!
Oh, you just messed with the wrong.
Goblin.
Go up there!
What is that?
And check this out.
Yes! Finally!
You'll be surprised at what you can do when you master your imagination. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, only on Nintendo Switch.
So as we can see, there is actually a lot more that we haven't seen that is actually in this commercial. The first clip shows a girl playing Tears of the Kingdom on her TV, but she's in the air and she's gliding towards the castle, which is something we haven't seen in gameplay form yet. So it's really cool to see that the castle's floating, there's malice around everywhere, and obviously this looks like it's early game, it does not look like it's late game. Why would she be going to the castle? Is this another sign that we can go fight the boss immediately after starting the game? If that's the case, that is a bummer, because we do want a full-fledged story, not like Breath of the Wild, because Breath of the Wild you could immediately go to Calamity Ganon and you just beat him and that's the game. You could beat the game in like 20 minutes. So hopefully Tears of the Kingdom is not like that. I think this is just to show us the castle a little bit because it looks sick. The next shot shows someone in the Sky Islands running on a grinding rail. I don't know why you would run on this. I guess she's trying to get across to the other island. But you do see later in the commercial, she is trying to use a minecart to get across. So the Ultra Hand ability is definitely present here. You can definitely build a minecart to use this rail to get across to that island where she is trying to walk on. So that's probably a way of getting to Sky Islands from one to another. The next shot shows the Ultra Hand ability being used to create a flying raft. Maybe he needs to get across water to get to another point in the island, but we can actually see him using the Ultra Hand ability this time. And looks like there's a lot of materials around him so that he could build whatever he wants. He could build anything that comes to his mind. In the next shot, we can actually see him flying this thing on water, and we can see that there's these weird type of batteries, I guess you like to call them. I mean, we've seen them pretty present in the trailers in the past. We've seen a lot of them on the car that we saw in the second trailer, on the flying aircraft that we saw also in the second trailer. So these are pretty relevant when it comes to building with the Ultra Hand. I guess these are the only ways of getting more power to your aircraft, or there's something that these do that changes the way your build works. Maybe you can control your build, because we've seen in the Ultra Hand ability with that demonstration that was shown to us by Eiji Aonuma, we can see that he is going straight, but he actually cannot control it, and he's not attached to anything. He's just standing on top. But see here, that Link is actually holding onto something, which probably means that he's able to control this device and move wherever he wants. So maybe the batteries help him move with the control panel so that there's extra fluidity and you can move on your own. Now we actually see a shot of her actually using the minecart that she built with the Ultra Hand to get across to the island, but she can't get across because the other side is broken. So she possibly has to fix or find something to use with the Ultra Hand to fix the other end of the rail, or maybe stick the minecart onto the rails. Who knows what the Ultra Hand ability can do? We know we can build things, maybe we can fix things and reattach things together. So maybe you could put the minecart and attach it to the rails. The Ultra Hand ability has so many possibilities. Who knows what it can do? Now this is probably one of the coolest shots from the trailer. We see a Gleeok that we saw in the trailer, but it has a weird name that seems like it has different variants to it. It's called a Flame Gleeok, which reminds me of the Divine Beast from Breath of the Wild, such as the Thunder Blade, the Wind Blade, Water Blade, and Fire Blade. Do we have different variants of Gleeok? Because it wouldn't just be called Flame Gleeok, it would just be called Gleeok if there was only one. So, will we have different variants of Gleeok, and will they be main bosses, or will they be mini bosses like Lionel or Hinox? But it's very interesting to see that we have different variants of Gleeok. The next shot we see more of the Ascend ability. It seems like he's running away from the Bokoblin and Moblin. Maybe he needs to kill all of them to unlock the chest. Maybe there's a chest on top of the base. But it is really cool to finally get to the top of bases without struggling. All you do is use the Ascend ability and you're at the top. In Breath of the Wild, you would have to like climb a bunch of stuff and then try to paraglide onto the top if there were no stairs. It was so annoying. Now we finally have a better solution to this. The Ascend ability changes everything. This ability is going to be very useful throughout the entire game, no matter where you are, because transportation will be so much easier. Not just with Ultra Hand, but with this ability, it changes everything. This next shot is really cool because we do see this in the second trailer for Tears of the Kingdom, where the Bokoblin are actually mining in the cave. This looks like the exact same cave. Maybe there's different caves like this. Maybe there is not just one. Maybe there's multiple. But this is a really cool shot because it shows us that caves are actually a thing. We actually have underground in Tears of the Kingdom. And if you look closely, there is a drop-down menu, or not a drop-down menu, but it prompts you to select an item from your inventory, and you can see in the top left he actually has the Fuse ability selected. So this is probably the prompt for attaching items to your bow and arrow so that you can create whatever you want. Like as we saw, Aonuma demonstrated the Choo-Choos and the Keys eyeballs. They have different abilities, and you can see in the commercial that he actually, when he shoots one of the flowers on the tree, it actually lights up the whole place, which is actually pretty cool. That's really cool to see that we actually have like light that we can use that are not just torches. So it's really cool to see that. In the final shot for the commercial, we can see that she finally was able to get the minecart to work and get her across to the other island. No idea what she did here. It looks like there's something attached to the back of the minecart, maybe giving it support. It looks like she did use the Ultra Hand ability to attach them together. So it looks like you don't just attach items or materials together, but you can attach a different creation with another creation to combine it. Like we see in the trailer, we see the stone structure fighting the Talus with the big Bokoblin hut on it. So maybe you don't just attach materials or items together, but you can also attach creations together, which is really cool because there's so much you can make with that. There's an infinite amount of possibilities you can do with that. So it's really cool to see all of this in this commercial. This commercial actually showed us a little bit more for the game. Didn't give us too much, but we got a good amount. I'm glad to have this from Nintendo. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys found it helpful at all, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys are excited for Tears of the Kingdom, let me know in the comments. And with all of that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Link! You must find me.